Today, we're diving into the weird and wonderful world of animals yet again. You might think you know a lot about the creatures we share our planet with, but I guarantee some of these facts will blow your mind. Let's get started with number 1, a fact that truly defies logic. Imagine it's winter, freezing cold outside. What do? You bundle up, find a warm spot, and maybe sip some hot cocoa. Well, some frogs have a much more extreme way of dealing with the cold. Our first mind-blowing fact is that certain species of frogs, like the wood frog found in North America, can literally freeze solid and stay alive. I'm not exaggerating. Their hearts stop beating, their breathing ceases, and they become little frog icicles. You could tap on one, and it would be as hard as a rock. How is this possible? The secret lies in a natural antifreeze they produce in their bodies. As ice crystals start to form in their skin and extremities, the frog's liver goes into overdrive, pumping massive amounts of glucose, which is a type of sugar, into its bloodstream. This sugary solution circulates through its vital organs, preventing the cells inside from freezing and bursting. It's like a natural cryonics. When spring arrives and the temperatures rise, the frog thaws out, its heart restarts, and it just hops away as if nothing happened. It's an incredible survival strategy that scientists are still studying, hoping it might one day have applications in human medicine, like preserving organs for transplantation. So next time you see a frog, remember, it might be a tiny, unkillable ice zombie. Moving on from the frozen tundra to the ocean floor, let's talk about lobsters. You probably know them as a fancy dinner, but there's so much more to these crustaceans. Here's fact number 2. Lobsters taste with their legs. That's right. While we have taste buds on our tongues, lobsters have chemosensory bristles, which are like a combination of taste buds and smell receptors, all over their bodies, but especially concentrated on their feet and legs. As they walk along the ocean bottom, they're essentially tasting and smelling their way around. By simply stepping on something, a lobster can decide if it's a tasty meal, a potential mate, or something to avoid. It's like having a tongue on the sole of your foot. Can you imagine tasting your dirty socks every time you put them on? It gives a whole new meaning to finger-licking good. Let's fly from the sea to the sky for our third fact. We all know parrots are incredibly intelligent. They can mimic human speech, solve complex puzzles, and have the cognitive abilities of a young child. But did you know that parrots also give gifts to their friends? Researchers have observed that some parrot species, like African greys, will actively help each other out, even when there's no immediate reward for themselves. In one study, parrots were given tokens that they could exchange for a treat. They found that if one parrot had a bunch of tokens and its neighbor had none, it would often pass a token through a hole in the partition, just to be nice. It's a pure act of altruism, showing that they understand the concept of giving and friendship. It's not just about a shared meal, it's about forming social bonds and looking out for one another. It seems that being a good friend isn't just a human trait. If you're enjoying these bizarre animal secrets, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing so you don't miss our future deep dives into the amazing world around us. Your support means everything, so thank you. Prepare yourself for fact number 4, because it's a bit ... cheeky. Some turtles can breathe through their butts. A number of freshwater turtle species, like the Fitzroy River turtle, have a process called cloacal respiration. Their cloaca, which is the all-in-one opening they use for waste and reproduction, is lined with special sacs rich in blood vessels. These sacs can absorb oxygen directly from the water. This allows them to stay submerged for incredibly long periods, sometimes for days on end, without needing to come up to the surface for air. It's especially useful during winter, when they hibernate at the bottom of a frozen pond. These turtles have a built-in, underwater scuba system in the most unexpected of places. It's a prime example of nature's ingenuity and, let's be honest, its sense of humor. Fact number 5 is that goats have accents, just like people do. A study conducted by researchers at Queen Mary University of London found that goat calls, or bleats, change as they grow and move into different social groups. They observed young goats, called kids, and noticed that their calls started to sound more like the calls of their penmates as they got older. This vocal plasticity, or the ability to change their accent, helps them fit in and be recognized by their new herd. So, a goat from one farm might have a distinctly different baa than a goat from a farm across the country. It's similar to how a person from Texas sounds different from someone from Boston. This discovery was a big deal because it was previously thought that only a few advanced animals like humans, dolphins, and bats could modify their voices based on their social environment. It turns out, goats are part of that exclusive club. You might think of horses as the champions of land racing, but hold your bets. Fact number 6. Ostriches can run faster than horses. A horse's top speed is around 44 miles per hour, which is incredibly fast. But an ostrich can reach speeds of up to 45 miles per hour and can maintain a steady speed of 30 miles per hour for long distances. What makes them so fast? It's all in their legs. Their long, powerful legs function like giant springs, and they only have 2 toes on each foot, which minimizes friction with the ground. Plus, their wings, while useless for flight, act as rudders and air brakes, helping them steer and maneuver at high speeds. So, in a long-distance race, an ostrich would leave even the fastest racehorse in the dust. They are the undisputed marathon champions of the animal kingdom. Fact number 7. Ants don't sleep. At least, not in the way we do. Instead of conking out for a solid 8 hours, ants take numerous short power naps throughout the day. A study on fire ants found that worker ants take about 250 tiny naps a day, each lasting just over a minute. This adds up to about 4 to 5 hours of rest in a 24-hour period. But it's spread out so that the colony is always active. There are always ants awake and working to keep the nest running smoothly. The queen ant, however, gets a bit more rest. She takes longer, more synchronized naps, totaling about 9 hours a day. This system ensures the colony's workforce is always on duty, protecting the queen and providing for the nest. It's the ultimate, flexible work schedule. Here's fact number 8. Flamingos can only eat when their heads are upside down. Look closely at a flamingo's beak. The top part is small, and the bottom part is large and trough-like, which is the opposite of most birds. To eat, a flamingo turns its head completely upside down in the water. It then uses its large, powerful tongue to pump water into its beak. Specialized filter plates, called lamellae, line the beak and act like a sieve, trapping tiny shrimp, algae, and larvae, while the water is pushed back out. It's an incredibly specialized and, frankly, awkward-looking way to eat, but it works perfectly for them. Their entire anatomy is built for this upside-down dining experience. Without this unique method, they wouldn't be able to filter out their food from the muddy water. Fact number 9. Fish cough. It's not an ahem like we do, but it is a similar reflex. A fish cough is a quick, forceful reversal of water flow across its gills. They do this to clear out debris, parasites, or any irritants that might be clogging their delicate gill filaments. If the water quality is poor or contains pollutants, you'll see fish coughing more frequently. Scientists actually use the coughing rate of fish as an indicator of water pollution. It's a vital self-cleaning mechanism that helps them keep their primary breathing apparatus in perfect working order. So, if you see a fish in your tank suddenly jerk and flush its gills, it's probably just clearing its throat. And finally, we've reached our 10th and perhaps most adorable fact. Let's end on a sweet note. Sea otters hold hands so they don't drift apart. These fluffy marine mammals spend most of their lives in the water, including when they eat and sleep, to avoid floating away from their group, called a raft. While they're napping on their backs, they will often hold hands with their neighbors. A mother otter and her pup will almost always be seen holding hands to keep the baby safe. They also wrap themselves in kelp, using the long seaweed strands as natural anchors to stay in place. It's a practical survival strategy, but it's also undeniably one of the cutest behaviors in the entire animal kingdom. It's a beautiful reminder of the importance of connection and looking out for each other. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing facts.